Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm Platter series of videos I do for the water. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty excited for this one. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Folks, super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside the truck. Whilst I'm doing that, I'm wearing grody work clothes. Typically, when I'm inside my truck and I'm wearing grody work clothes, that means that I was on my way home from work and I found some shit to review for you. That's not the case in this particular item, because this is actually something that I went over there, I bought. Where did I get this from? I remember I got this from Rocket Fizz, which I've reviewed a lot of stuff that I've gotten at Rocket Fizz over the years. If you're not familiar with Rocket Fizz, there's more than one of them. There's like at least a small chain of them. Rocket Fizz is a specialty candy and soda shop. And I fucking, especially even before I was doing the reviews, those places are my fucking bread and butter, man. Like, I love these places. I love trying new stuff. They've got all kinds of old-timey candies and sodas and stuff. And one of the things that they have there, folks, is they have occasional import snacks. Snacks from lands far away. So what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, folks, we're doing, boom! It is caramel pudding Kit Kats. Which, look, I guess it's like flan. I'm thinking it's like flan, because it looks like it might be like flan. That looks like flan to me. Which is a weird thing. I was thinking about that when I picked these up. Because, like, pudding is like a very common dessert in, like, lots of the world. You know, like, it's, Britain, of course, they're famous for it. And, over in, like, Mexico, they have flan. And then apparently they have some sort of equivalent over in Japan. And I was thinking about that, and it's like, here in the United States, it's really not. Like, don't get me wrong. We have pudding here. Okay, what with the Jell-O pudding and the allegations that turned out to be true. My terrible Bill Cosby impression. I can do a better one, but he's not worth it. That man, I used to be able to bust out some Bill Cosby impressions. Like, it was a thing. People would ask me to do it. And then that whole thing happened, and no one has asked me in a number of years. Strangely enough. Yeah, fuck that guy. But anyway, yeah, man, so when I saw this, that they had this there, I was like, I've reviewed some gourmet Kit Kats on the show. And I was like, man. So, now I'm not gonna lie, I ate a couple of them already. So it's not exactly a blind reaction, because I had these for about a week, and like one day I was just like, I'm hungry and I don't want to go places. Kit Kat. Oh. So I can already tell you I enjoy them. But I will go into the nuances. Looks like that. And it's got a little exclamation point, and it's adorable. It's tiny flan. I love flan, by the way. Flan is one of those things that it's like, I think that needs to catch on hard in America. Because, God, when you get some good flan. Alright, let's open it up. Instant caramel hit. Like, instant. Before I even started breaking it down in my mouth, I was hit with it. Ooh. There's a creaminess to it, too. It's not just like a straight caramel flavor. It has like a lightness and a creaminess to it. Almost reminds me of like a coffee creamer flavor. Like, if you've ever had like a caramel coffee creamer, I mean, don't just chug the damn thing by itself. Do what you want to. I don't know how healthy it is for you, but like if you've ever added that to coffee, that's kind of, it reminds me of that flavor where you get sort of like a caramel aspect, but then you get like this nice creaminess that goes along with it. That's really good. I mean, I knew it was going to be. Like I said, I tried a couple of them already, but there is a benefit to me going over there and still doing the review. So first of all, I don't know if people give a shit if it's a straight reaction or not. I genuinely don't know. I should put up a poll at some point to see if anybody cares. Because sometimes I don't review things because I'm like, well, I've tried it before, and like, I don't know, is that part of the fun of watching the reviews, like my response to it? I don't know. But if there is something to be said, it's the fact that when I'm doing these reviews, I am looking at these much more critically than if I'm just eating them to eat them. When I eat stuff normally, I don't sit there and think about it. I don't, I mean, sometimes I do, if it's really good or like if it's really weird or something. But usually I'm just enjoying it. So it is nice to do these reviews anyway, because I can go over there and I can like really kind of take my time with my thoughts for a little bit and express them in a way where it's not just me muttering to myself alone in my house, just begging to be locked up in an insane asylum. But no, these are very good. I like them. I appreciate the fact that they have the caramel flavor and that the caramel flavor is very evident. But I also appreciate the fact that you've got that creaminess to dial it back. If it were just a straight caramel Kit Kat, I'm sure I'd still probably like it. But I could see it being a bit much, like a bit too sweet or a bit too rich. With this, you get that, that nice hit of caramel right at the beginning, and almost immediately you get the nice creamy flavor to it. And that helps kind of mellow it out a little bit, while at the same time still having, because it's not like the caramel just goes away at that point. It's still holding through. I mean, these are really fucking good, man. Like, I'm not going to say they're my favorite Japanese flavor Kit Kat. I had one that was like mint melon or some shit. And man, oh man, that was the business. Like, I'd passed those things around to a couple of my friends who happened to be with me at the time, and they both agreed. They're like, that is just way better than it should be. I've had sake ones, like, and here in America, like, we're starting to get some of the interesting ones. I reviewed a number of them. The birthday cake, the blueberry muffin, obviously the duo ones, like the mint and dark chocolate and strawberry ones. So, we're getting there, but we're nowhere near Japan, man. Japan is just the fucking king of Kit Kats. That's really good. I like that a lot. I mean, it makes sense. I like Kit Kats. I like puddings and flans and stuff like that. There's no reason why I wouldn't. I guess maybe if it had like a chemically taste or something, but it doesn't. It's just very nice. I like these a lot. This is a flavor I could see coming to America. They might have to rebrand it. I don't know if the caramel pudding thing, but maybe they could do it as flan. I mean, they did churro Kit Kats. I reviewed those too, by the way. Maybe they could swing it that way. I'd be down with that. These are super tasty. Now that said, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend them? Yes and yes. I like these a lot. Again, wouldn't be my absolute favorite, but I'd put them, if you got like dead even, and then you got like the up and the down, they're definitely in the up pile. There's not many in the down. Kit Kats are just good. It's such a great format. But like, I really do enjoy these. Like, I like the fact that, they taste at least similar to what they're supposed to. That's always important. But I also like the fact that, like, they were smart about the way that they blended it. It's not too sweet, not too rich. It's still just a nice little Kit Kat treat with just a fun flavor. I like that. Now, if I'm recommending it, I do think that this is a very approachable flavor of Kit Kat, especially for being one of the Japanese ones, which, again, can be a little bit wacky sometimes. However, I will say this. I could see certain people not being into this, because, while for me, I don't think it's too rich or too sweet. I obviously have a little bit of a sweet tooth. I could see some people maybe being put off a little bit, maybe thinking it's a little bit too sweet. So there's that to take into account. But the flavor itself, I think, is just really nice. Like, it's just a creamy caramel flavor. I'm down with it, personally. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly Kit Kat-tastic rest of your life. Because Kit Kats, man, you just can't keep those fuckers down. They're just wonderful and delicious, and you can just make every fucking flavor under the sun, and it's wonderful. And I'll say this to Captain Kit Kat, who is the person who I am certain runs the Kit Kat facility, global empire, as it were. If you ever need somebody to taste test these things, hit me up. I could review them on the show. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Sponsor my show. I'd like to retire early. Wouldn't we all, though? The answer to that is no. I've met a few people in my life who are like, just keep working. And it's like, okay. And don't get me wrong, if you're doing what you love, good on you, genuinely. But like, I've talked to a few people who are just like, I wouldn't know what to do with my time. Really? Really? You wouldn't know what to do with your time? I'm 37 now. I could retire now and be booked to the end of my fucking life if I live to be 187. I got so many games to play, so many books to read, so many fucking ideas, story ideas and things that I want to write down, just creative stuff. And then there's just lots of time when I just like to dick around the house and not do anything in my underpants. Yeah. Anyway. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You can try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. And, man, it can be a bit of a crapshoot. It's not all just, delicious Japanese Kit Kats and running around in our underwear all the time. Be nice if it was. One day. One day we'll get there. But no, life can be really hard, really difficult, really stressful. And when we get into those situations, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to convince Captain Kit Kat that he needs to go over there and sponsor my show. But then maybe his arch rival, Commander Snickers, shows up and he's like, fuck that guy, because he said that he likes Milky Way more than Snickers, which I do, to be fair. So then there's this big epic battle, and then it becomes Avengers Endgame, but with all the different candies. So you got the Three Musketeers in there, and the Milky Way would be the cosmic entity of the whole thing. Man, it writes itself. Multi-billion-dollar idea. Hashtag fucking candy bar universe, fucking cinematic universe. Let's do it. I could, or conversely, just eat some Kit Kats if you want to eat some Kit Kats. They're good. They're fantastic. They're wonderful. Eat them. Bye.